Welcome back to me. Welcome to Thailand. True Blue Thai here from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. It is in Thailand here, which is Friday, and it's the end of the week, and it's cloudy, and we're expecting a typhoon. There's a lot of rain hanging around coming up from Vietnam. So it's a bit cloudy, still between about 30 degrees, getting down to a chilly 22 degrees. Ooh, it wasn't as cold as what I expected last night. Even though I was wrapped up quite well yesterday. But I didn't get too much of a bit of a cold. Anyway, so it's game weekend again. So, for instance, the last game for the men before the international break, and then for the ladies, we've got a game on as well. So, for instance, it continues again. I don't have the same international breaks together. I just don't know why. Anyway, so for the men, we've got Liverpool at home 4:30 on Sunday, which is so it's Friday, so we've got Sunday, and then the ladies, we've also got a game on Sunday against Everton away at Everton at Goodison Park. I think they're using Goodison Park now, rather than moving to rather than keeping Goodison Park for the ladies, the Everton ladies, etc. So for instance, it's going to be interesting. We got the kick-off time for Everton and the team news. So we've got the Everton will be travelling to Goodison Park on Sunday, the 9th of November at 2:30 UK time kick-off. So, for instance, we've got the match analysis gets underway at 1 o'clock. Andree, head coach, Man City's head coach, will give an update on the team on Friday, the 7th of November at 2:30. So a good few hours from now. I'll talk about that, for instance, when I do my previews of the two games tomorrow. So last meetings we played Everton. Last time we had Everton was as a recent in 2025 with the League Cup, where City ran out 3-1 winners at the Joel Stadium. Jade Rose gave us the lead, and the 21st minute with Yu Hagazawi and Vivian Niedermeyer putting the game to bed in the second half. Everton's Kizawi grabbed a late goal in the 82nd minute, but it was too late to cause trouble for City. The first half striker. First half strike on Sunday because we beat West Ham 1-0. First game after the international break. It was on again, for instance, on a Saturday at 12 o'clock. This one's a little bit better. It's on a Sunday. While we can't have the international break on a Saturday, after the international break, for instance, we came back on Thursday. Then we had the game on Saturday, which was just ridiculous. But Chelsea had theirs. They beat the London Lionesses. They're first in the table. Man City second. We got the game won again. So, for instance, we're going into the game unbeaten. We're basically one game unbeaten since the Chelsea game, the opening fixtures. So we're in good form, but the problem is we're not been playing very well. So again, the teams etc. we were supposed to be playing well against, because we were knocking down teams prior to this, etc., playing very, very well, but unfortunately we haven't played well at all, for instance. And Liverpool, we won, but we again, after coming down from behind win 2-1, but they got a goal disallowed in the 90th plus minute. So we got the 3 points, went to Newcastle in the League Cup again, a league below us, and 1 down, 3-2, 3-1, and then it got down to 3-3, and then we had to go to penalties. And then with Everton, with West Ham, 1-0 for Gino, 1-0, and then we were expected to kick on, but we didn't. So disappointing. So Everton 9th, played 7, won 1, drew 2, lost 4. So 4 and 5. So it should be another City win, but again, we don't know. Again, for instance, we'll have to see. But I'll listen to what Andree has got to say, and we'll do a preview tomorrow with the ladies, and hopefully news from the ladies. So training ahead of the game, for instance, this weekend. For instance, haven't heard anything. I know we've got heard about for instance, and Grace Clinton and Rebecca Canuck was back in training, back in the squad. Heard the bad news about the captain being out, so which was disappointing. Greenwood. But still don't know exactly what she's got, but she's going to be out for a few weeks. And then as said, we've got Mary Fowler plus a couple of others out as well. So we'll find out more information from hopefully from today from Andree. Karen Caspiri on the PSA Player of the Month. She was shortlisted, so that was good news for her. We got after the Everton game, we got United next week, which is going to be a very tough game. But Karen Caspiri has been nominated for October's PFA WSL Player of the Month awards. The Dutch international has played a key part in an outstanding month for the Blues, which saw us maintain a 100% record across October. City got better Arsenal in the beginning of the month with Caspiri, and he got setting up the opener of the Joe Stend with a pinpoint cross for Katina Bunny Shaw. I think Bunny definitely needs a goal. She then helped us regain the lead for the Gunners, had equalised with a close range finish from a corner. Andre's side eventually ran out 3-2 with Emma Bean's last minute goal. Caspiri fine form continues to the following week at Anfield, when she came behind to snatch all 3 points on the Merseyside. Goals from Emma Beanie and Fujino to earn City a 2-1 win over Liverpool, but Kirsten was once again a key figure in defence and as we dug out to grab an important win. A testament to the defence key role of the team, Caspiri also wore the captain's armband for the first time in our recent 1-0 win over West Ham because Greenwood being injured, as emphasising the incredible form she's in right now. Karen is up for October's PFL Player of the Month alongside Chelsea midfield Erin Cuthbert, London City's lionesses Lena Linata, and Aston Villa's Lynn Williams, and United's duo of Toon and Park. Ex-City. So good luck to her. You can actually vote for it as well. You can actually vote for her, so if you can go online and vote for her, I'll be certainly doing that. Okay. So that's the ladies taken care of. The men, again, we've got a game on Sunday, as probably everybody knows, the game of the week against Liverpool on Sunday, and host Liverpool Sunday 9 excuse me, at 9th of November at 4:30 kick-off the UK time. And so again we've got Matt Arnold Snot as manager. And we'll listen to Pep Guardiola today. So he's got a press conference at 12:30 today on Friday, the UK time, 7th of November. So the previous meeting, the Regs claimed victory at the Etihad last time against Salah and Szoboszlai. Omar Mouche also had the ball in the back of the net, but the ball was ruled out for offside. So it's going to be interesting. Match officials: Chris Cabanaya, Dan Cork, and Stuart Bird. Fourth official Sam Barrett. So, it's a game we must win. Simple as that. I think it's a must-win game because I think Arsenal would have played before that, so we'll know exactly what the Arsenal result is. And if Arsenal are expected to win, and if the Arsenal do win, then I think, for instance, it'll be on the pressure of we can't, because we're going to allow Arsenal to. If we do lose, or Liverpool lose, or say City lose, we'll definitely be under. A lot of pressure, for instance, again, for instance, if we're 9 points behind, etc., then we'd basically, desperate, to see, for instance, where Arsenal will drop points. Will Arsenal drop points? I do believe. I was listening to ESPN this morning, and they were talking about who's going to win the Champions League. and the Arsenal are favourites. And I think, for instance, with Arsenal, I've seen it on more than one occasion of where they're, for instance, when it comes down to the Champions League and the Premier League and blah blah blah, and when the pressure comes on, these seem to drop one without the other. So, for instance, and fans will come on and say, "Oh, well, we didn't want the Champions League, we want the Premier League," and then they're ballsing up the Premier League, and because they'll drop points. But I think, for instance, I wouldn't say 9 points would be the end of City's tackle challenge, but I just think, for instance, as the record is, out of the fact that, for instance, we haven't had a statement win against a top 4 side for a very long time now. I believe it was going all the way back down to the treble winning side, and I think we need to be basically, for instance, win against Liverpool. We need to go out there and get the win, no draws. We can't be happy with a draw. For instance, I think we've got to go out there for a win, because we can't rely on other teams to do what we're not doing, which is beating the our rivals. So we've got to go out and beat the rivals. I think, for instance, the way we're playing at the moment, City against Dortmund, I think with Cherki, Haaland, Foden, all the players coming back into form. For instance, we only got one injury, which is basically Kovacic. Haven't heard anything. We'll hear from Pep today, for instance, if there's any other news from hopefully injuries, hopefully none. We'll see how Rodri is, but can't see him getting minutes. Maybe on the bench, but we'll see. But again, start Nico Gonzalez. But his place, because it's basically normally, for instance, we wanted Rodri back fit, etc., and starting against Liverpool, but at the moment, etc., Nico Gonzalez is doing nothing wrong. So I would definitely have him in the midfield. I would definitely have Nunes and O'Reilly in left back and right back, without a shadow of a doubt. Guardiola and Diaz in the centre, for instance, in the centre backs. So with Donnarumma, and so that is, you've got to go with whatever, for instance, is working at the moment, etc. That is working. I hope and pray that Pep doesn't change it. Because again, when he did change it against Aston Villa, we were a lot, and we conceded, and we were a lot worse. It was not until he changed it again back to originally when we brought on Gonzalez, Lewis, and O'Reilly, etc. For instance, but when things were more, City were more settled, we could have got at least a point out of the game. But we did score, but it was offside. But I think he should not. Keep the side. Basically, was the goal that played against Bournemouth. Really, that should be the side. Really, for me. If we want to win it, because we've got to basically go out and beat Liverpool. I expected Liverpool to be a little more cagey. I still don't think they know what their strongest side is, but I do believe, for instance, Liverpool are dangerous in because they've got the players with Salah and Ekitike and Wirtz, regardless of how his position. They can also score with Szoboszlai, and they've got for instance other players who can score. So we can't just take it for granted. We've got to go out there and basically take the game to Liverpool and score and win the game. The fans will definitely be up for it, even though but I just think it's we can't play with fear. We've got to go out and play to our ultimate at top performance, and at night, all the way through the game. Just like the Real Madrid game when we beat Real Madrid 4-0 at the Etihad. We've got to basically take the game to Liverpool to win. Because if we don't, etc., for instance, we'll regret it. And the last thing we need to go to an international break, knowing that we've lost the game, we're going to get hammered by the media. So, for instance, regardless, whatever, we're going to get hammered regardless by the media. So, if we do well, you never know, that 115 might drop. So it could be a double whammy. So we've got to go into the game with a win. Simple as that. We've got to go and win the game, and basically what's to go put Liverpool out. Really, me personally, I think it'll be between City and Liverpool regardless. I just think Arsenal will drop points. I think the pressure will get to them. And so, especially when the three times a week games still got the League Cup, the FA Cup, and so I think all the other cups coming into it as well. The winter part, and the pressure for Arsenal, because again, Arsenal have not won since the FA Cup. Their players are not used to winning. So I do believe, regardless, even though people say, "Oh, the Arsenal got the better squad," yes, I would say that. I won't say that. No, I won't say that either. Our settled squad, yes. But I do believe it comes down to mentality. It's all up here. I don't think Arsenal got the mentality to win the game, and it's not because I'm being disrespectful to Arsenal. I just feel that, for instance, it's you've got to have the mentality to be able to, as a proven winner, but we'll see, But I'm not listening to the media, because again, even the rah-rah story of Arsenal being the best team. Liverpool coming in, got to the top of with number one on in the Champions League, etc. They were the best team, blah 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 blah. And the next game they played against PSG and they got knocked out. So they are. So it's the stats and the betting and the commentary from the media, for instance, the Southern-based biased media. I'm not 100% in their corner at all. So I just feel that, for instance, Manchester City will win. I think we'll win 3-1. Okay, I think we will win, and I think, for instance, if we play to our utmost, and I do think with the way the players are playing at the moment, the confidence where they're playing at the moment, I think could be a bad decision. Even Van Dijk on Haaland, I think Haaland would win that one. Van Dijk has not been playing well, so just because they beat Real Madrid and they look back to their breast, again, Real Madrid is so, so wishy-washy. If again, they get over the line, but they get over the line not being convincing. They can be the best. They can win the Champions League on more than one occasion, which they've done so in the past. But they're not the best team. But they always seem to win, or that kind of thing. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It really is. It's going to be interesting to hear what Pep says. But Man City have got to go with determination to win the game, and I do believe, for instance, they're preparing for it. They've got the mindset on it. We'll come into a good set of form, and I think we will win. But other news: the England teams are. Oh God, I'm so bored. The international breaks is so boring. But listening to the there's a lot of clamour for Phil Foden to be back in the squad. A lot of the media expecting to be back in the England squad. Me personally, I don't want him back in the England squad. And there was a poll they did on Sky Sports, and do you want Phil Foden back in the squad? 65% yes, 35% no. And the problem is, what bothers me, what gets me right here, is is that the fans, Phil Foden is very, very sensitive as a guy. For instance, in last season, etc. Again, we're talking more about mental health, which is massive. It's massive with myself and a lot of people. It's mental health is mega important. And for instance, Phil Foden's back to his smiling best, as it were, and we don't want to be. I don't want that kicked out of him just because he's playing for England and he didn't have a good game against England. I listened to Darren Bent yesterday, and he was moaning the fact that why does Phil Foden always play great for Man City but plays poor for England? And so I'm saying, well, forget it. All right, fine. I hope he doesn't play for England. I hope he doesn't get selected. That's your attitude. How many players play for England, etc. For instance, from other clubs, United and Liverpool and blah blah blah, and don't play well, whatever. But they don't get attacked like Phil Foden and Jack Grealish. Is it because it's a Manchester City player? I don't know. But I just do I want Phil Foden to play for England? No. And personally, for instance, but I know that. I hope that all players actually who are going off to the international break now. Milmusha is going back to Egypt. I hope they're not going to. He's going to get injured again, because last time he played for Egypt he got injured. So I'm hoping that, for instance, the players come back safe, because we got Newcastle when we come back. But other than that, for instance, I'm going to leave it there, and we'll chat tomorrow and I'll do a review of the ladies' game. I'll do the game of the men's game, and and we'll see where we are with both teams, and hopefully we can have another great weekend. Last weekend we had 4 games, the men's, the ladies, the EDS and under 18s, and all won. So Manchester City as a football group are doing very well, and I hope it continues. But anyway, as I wait for the rain to approach in a very dark day, I hope you can see me, but then again, you don't want to see my ugly face. But other guys, like and subscribe, tell me what you're thinking, what's on your mind. Do you feel confident for the ladies and for the men's? Do you feel that we can get over the line? And I'll speak to you tomorrow.